There have been countless stories of businesses folding under an unforgiving economic climate, and now the Belize Trade and Investment Development Service, BELTRAIDE, is expanding its reach to support micro, small and medium enterprises. Towards that end, today in Belize City, BELTRAIDE met with people from those same sectors to get an understanding of what their specific challenges are. BELTRAIDE's Executive Director, Singh, told Love News that the meetings today and throughout next week in other parts of the country will culminate with the development of a small business policy, which will then lead to the development of a Small Business Act. In short, by the end of the consultations, micro, small and medium business owners should be in a better position to survive the times. And to assist them, there are specific factors that are being considered.
There are so many small businesses, particularly in the young entrepreneurial area, particularly in areas where there's innovation that could supply products and services locally that we may be importing or that we may be able to export. So the idea the idea is to build this capacity to be able to listen to what people want so that we can come up with that policy.
And to come up with that policy, BELTRAIDE has commissioned the assistance of Dr. Michael C. Prasad, one of its consultants.
Micro, small and medium enterprises contribute more than 60% of incomes and employment in most countries. They're very important in the farming sector, the construction sector, services. We're talking about tire repairs, we're talking about plumbing services. Micros also are very important for alleviating rural and urban poverty, employment of women and youth. And you could look at the micro business person selling on the side of the road and doing little chores and so on. Are the issues and constraints we've identified, are those valid or just our viewpoint? Yeah. So we're asking them, you are the guys who are working in the sector. What are the real issues and constraints? Tell us.
There weren't many small business owners present to tell their plight, but one agency that deals with many of those same people was. General Manager of the Youth Business Trust Belize, Deanne, told us that many of their clients have experienced crippling challenges, so the advent of such an initiative is welcome news for them.
But we think the environment could be made a bit more enabling to help these businesses get through the processes faster and easier. And so I'm really excited about this particular policy, and I look forward to seeing how it will actually help to grow our entrepreneurs, our business community, and to facilitate more growth in our economy. We have an older portfolio where we've seen most of those businesses fold because of the economy, and so we're doing things differently now. But it is a struggle, and it is easy for entrepreneurs and young people who have no experience to look, and when the obstacles start presenting themselves, to want to give up. And so we have to have things in place to help and support them, to bolster them until they get through those initial phases, because it's not going to be easy, and no matter what we do, there's going to be failure when it comes to small business. A high percentage of small businesses will fail.
But BELTRAIDE's Singh, who is a small business owner himself, does not agree that the number of businesses that have gone under is that overwhelming.
As an aggregate, our economy has grown. As an aggregate, consumption is not down. However, there are perhaps some businesses that may not have been strong enough to survive the global economic downturn. Tourism business is on an upswing. Our numbers are growing. This year, our numbers of visitors are actually going up. So I don't necessarily agree that the climate is not positive. What I believe is that there's a lot of hype from perhaps some large enterprises that may have gotten preferential treatment in the past that are not getting them anymore, that may be sponsoring the kind of rhetoric that makes it seem that things are bad. We are going through an adjustment. I wouldn't call it a bad business climate. I would call it an adjusting climate.
Gomez says that even with the failures that some of her clients have experienced, the underlying factor that will enable any business person to succeed is drive and ambition.
If you talk to most of the successful entrepreneurs, you'll say what they're successful at now is not what they started at in the beginning, but they did not give up because they have that drive and that entrepreneurial spirit. And we have to learn that out of failure comes good lessons, and we want our entrepreneurs to realize it's not going to be easy, but you have to stick through it.
The whole process will end in March with a validation workshop with the groups represented, after which Dr. C. Prasad will present his report to BELTRAIDE and the government. Reporting for Love News, I am Marian Ali.